The Nevada sun poured down on the wide shooting range, heat rippling above rows of distant targets. Emily Carver adjusted the brim of her cap and peered through her scope. She had come here every Saturday for 3 years, but today the air felt strangely quiet. There was no casual chatter, no clatter of brass on concrete, only the soft wind and her steady breathing. She chambered another round with practiced ease. Emily never came here to show off. Crowds made her uncomfortable, and praise meant little. To her, this range was her refuge, the one place where the noise of the world finally faded. The rifle cracked, a clean hit, then another, and another. Each round landed with surgical precision, her hands making tiny corrections without conscious thought. At the far edge of the range, a man in a worn navy cap watched silently. His arms were folded, posture relaxed, but his eyes never left her. Close-cropped hair, sharp jawline, and a stillness that spoke of discipline marked him as someone used to command. This was Commander Nathan Hawkroar, a Navy SEAL with 2 decades of service, visiting an old friend who owned the range. He had seen countless shooters, from amateurs to elite marksmen, but the woman at Lane 12 was different. Her form was perfect, yet effortless, more instinct than training. Emily had no idea she was being observed. In her mind, she was back, in Montana, lying in tall grass beside her father, Jack Carver, with his old Winchester. He had been a quiet veteran who never talked about war, but he taught her how to read the wind, how to slow her breath, how one clean shot was all that ever mattered. When he died, he left her only one thing: his custom-built sniper rifle. Years later, she had found a faded photograph hidden in its case. Her father in desert camouflage, standing beside a group of shadowed soldiers. One word was written on the back: fell, F-A-L-U-J-A-H. Marcus. The range owner eventually walked over as Emily prepared to reload. "Hey, Em," he said lightly. "Mind if someone joins you for a bit?" "He's just visiting." She shrugged. "Sure." Nathan approached, carrying a rifle bag, but leaving it unopened. He nodded toward her target. "Mind if I watch you shoot?" Emily didn't reply. She simply lined up on a steel plate 800 yards away and fired. The distant ping rang out. She repeated the shot at 1,000 yards, same result. Nathan's mouth twitched in quiet approval. "Ever served?" he asked. "No," Emily said, checking her chamber. "Ever think about it?" "Not my world." Nathan pointed toward a tiny dark speck nearly 1,400 yards away. "Most people won't even try that. Bet you can't hit it in one shot." Emily raised an eyebrow. "Bet you're wrong." She adjusted her scope, calculated the wind, and slowed her breathing until nothing existed but the crosshairs and the faint glimmer of steel. The trigger broke like a whisper. A moment later, the distant ping echoed across the hills. Nathan nodded. "You ever hear the name Jack Carver?" Emily froze. "Why?" "Served with him," Nathan said quietly. "Best sniper I ever knew. He was my father." Understanding crossed Nathan's face. "That explains everything. I saved my life in Fallujah. Took a 1,500-yard shot through a dust storm while I was out of ammo. Afterward, he just said, 'Wind's tricky today.' That was your dad." Emily felt something tighten in her chest. She had never heard stories like this, never known what her father had really done. She sent another round downrange, the echo. Rolling through the desert, Nathan stepped back and snapped a sharp salute. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Honoring the best shot I've seen since your father," he replied. After a moment, he lowered his hand. "There's a private training facility about 2 hours from here. They run special marksmanship programs for civilians. With your talent, you could go far." "That's not why I shoot," Emily said. "Then do it for him," Nathan answered. Softly, "You're carrying his legacy, whether you want to or not." Emily looked down at the worn barrel of her rifle. For the first time, she wondered if this was more than a weekend escape. As the sun dipped low, Nathan set one last challenge too. Distant targets, both over 1,200 yards, to be hit within 5 seconds. Emily fired once. Then again, 2 clear pings rang out. Nathan smiled. I'll take that as a yes. Emily smirked. Don't get ahead of yourself. But she already knew she would go, not for fame, not for records, just to see how far the name Carver could go, and as Nathan walked away, hands in his pockets, he felt certain of one thing: the world hadn't seen the last of Emily Carver.